Now another person who's spoke highly in the past, Shakur Stevenson, another person you sparred with, and you guys have all reached to the top pinnacle of boxing. Um, he may face Frank Martin, and I'm sure I've seen you at Frank Martin fights recently in Vegas. Is that a fight that excites you just watching as a fan, and how do you think that fight might even play out?
It definitely does. Anytime Shakur fights, I'm always, trying to tune in. Like that dude, like skill wise, everything, man. He's for real. Like he's different. Like he's nice with it. And but Frank Martin is another, really great, technical fighter. Um, Also, I believe he's from Texas. And not, I mean, he trains out there, with
Hmm.
the Spencer's trainer. Um, but I mean, he's definitely not an opponent, to sleep on either. That's two tremendous boxers. So as a boxer, that's a fight I would love to watch. I know it would be a chess match. But yeah.
And my last question, just predictions, just because you have a wealth of knowledge and all this stuff. And you sparred Devin, you sparred Shakur, you fought Gervonta. I mean, I don't think on record you've ever spoke on, but just if you could kind of match them all together, who do you think will rise to the top and kind of be that generational between those guys around there?
Uh, it's hard to say, man. That's just, they're gonna hopefully, that it gets to a point, where all of them fight each other, so we can see, who really is, the top. Because I've been in there, but like I said, with Tank or Sparta with Shakur, like early on in his pro career. Me and Devin used to work all the time out there in the Bay. So I got a lot of respect and love, for all these dudes. And man, they're all
Hmm.
super talented. Also, they're all up there for a reason. But yeah, it would just take, making those fights, happen, to see, who's on top. Because I mean, you can't just say like, oh, like this dude is the best out of all of them, until
Hmm.
they fight.
Now, going back to you, this fight's for the interim WBC, which probably more realistically going to be probably the championship fight because Crawford's moving up to 154. I guess before I get to that question, it's just I know you gave predictions on the Crawford Spence already, but the rematch. But does the potential losing Bomac, everyone's speculating that Bomac might not, does that affect anything? Like you as a fighter, if you didn't have Bob Santos or Virgil in your corner, does that change a lot for you in the fight?
Oh, I think it really, man, depends on the fighter. I think I don't think, for Crawford it would change much, because they have been, working, together for such a long time. They already uh I know Bomac, plays, a huge part in his corner, but I feel like, the momentum that they have built together, everything that they have accomplished, I feel like, Crawford for the meantime, he would be okay.
And my final couple questions is, seeing the fact that Crawford spent 154, you capture this WBC title, everything falls in place, everything's vacant. You're the guy, WBC champion. I think a lot of people is probably saying that maybe you or Jerron Ennis might be the new Spence Crawford, Crawford Spence, if you get this win as maybe the big fight at 147. Is that a fight that you would be not looking past us, but Jerron, Mario Barrios, Jerron, does that sound exciting?
Oh, I'm very excited, man. I think Boots is another, hell of a fighter. Man, he's real. Like he's another one, that brings, something different, and every time he steps in there. But I mean, I'm in here, like I said. I mean, I'm trying to, fight the best, and given everything, goes in our favor, on fight night. I mean, that doesn't change anything. I still want to, continue to fight the best and do whatever I can, to get another world title shot.
Now,
So
before I
like
let you
regardless, yeah, regardless like who it is, just there's a lot of top welterweights out there. There's a lot of exciting fights to be made.
Now, my last question before I let you go is, I know you're a Mortal Kombat guy. We
Yeah.
we chatted before a long time. I think it was like Mortal Kombat 10 or something. But there's this new Mortal Kombat 1. Is that what you're gonna cop right after the Ugas fight and get down with it?
Bro, I've been pissed because I pre-ordered it so I could get the beta, and for whatever reason, the beta version, every time I try to load it, it's like it says it's having trouble signing into to
Oh,
like the servers. So that's been pissing me off because I've been trying to play it.
so maybe you might bring the fatality in the ring and then just get your frustration out, right?
Right, shit, that's the plan.
Awesome. Well, before I let you go, any last words to the fans with this big fight on a big card, Canelo Charlo, September 30th, T-Mobile Arena on pay-per-view, as always with you, and go get your tickets if you haven't.
Yeah, man. I mean, you said it best. This is a stacked card. From beginning to end. I know me and Ugas, we're gonna give the fans and the world of sports a very exciting fight. Both of us have a lot to prove. Both of us have a lot to lose with this. And but yeah, man, I'm stoked. I'm ready. We're like little more than 3 weeks away. So yeah, man, just buy the pay per view. If we're gonna come to Vegas and buy your tickets ASAP, it's gonna be a fucking great night.
Awesome. I appreciate the time, Mario. Wish you the best.
Appreciate you, Ron.